Have you ever been reading something and bam, you hit a long, complicated word that just stops you in your tracks? Well, what if I told you that every single one of those words has a secret code hidden inside? Today, we're going to learn how to crack that code. Seriously, think about that for a second. What if all those intimidating words you run into aren't actually roadblocks at all? What if they're more like puzzles, each one holding a secret message, just waiting for you to piece it together? So, how do we even begin to see these codes? Well, it all starts with just a little shift in how you look at words. Let's dive into what I like to call the secret word code. You know the feeling, right? You're reading along, and then this monster of a word appears, and your brain just stalls. It can feel like hitting a brick wall. But here's the thing, they aren't walls. They're more like treasure chests. They've got all the clues to their own meaning packed right inside of them. You just have to know how to open them. Okay, so where exactly are these clues hiding? It's time for you to meet the absolute key to this whole thing, the morphemes. Now, this is the most important idea we're going to talk about, a morpheme. It's the tiniest little chunk of a word that still has its own meaning. Think of it like a single Lego brick. You can't break that brick down any smaller, right? It's the same thing here. Any smaller and it's just a sound with no meaning. And these little building blocks come in a few different flavors. You've got pieces like un, which means not. It can't really stand on its own, but we all know what it does when we see it. Then you've got something like ed, which tells you something already happened. And of course, you have a word like help, which is a morpheme that is perfectly happy to stand all by itself. So when you start to understand morphemes, it's like you're being handed a word detective's toolkit. So let's go ahead and open that kit up and see what's inside. The two tools you're going to be using most often are prefixes and suffixes. And it's super simple, really. Prefixes, they latch on to the beginning of a word. Suffixes, they go at the end. And both of them change the word they're attached to in some way. Let's start with prefixes. Just think about the little prefix re. We all know that means again. So when you see it on the front of a word like redo or revisit, you instantly get that it's about doing something a second time. It completely changes the word's meaning. Now, suffixes often do something a little different. They can change a word's job in a sentence. Take the suffix full. It means full of. If you add it to the noun joy, you get joyful. You just turned a thing into a word that describes a thing. Pretty cool, right? And what holds this all together? Well, that's the root, or what we call the base word. This is the heart. It's the absolute foundation that everything else is built on. In a word like moonlight, moon is the root. It gives the entire word its core idea. All right, theory time is over. We've got our toolkit. Now let's put it to work and see how this actually plays out in the real world. Let's see some morphology in action. Okay, let's break one down together. We'll start with the simple root, joy. Now, let's add our suffix full, which we know means full of, and we get joyful. But hey, why stop there? Let's add another suffix, ness, which means the state of being. Now we have joyfulness, and boom, the meaning just appears, the state of being full of joy. See? No dictionary required. Want to try another one? Real quick. Take the word predict. The prefix pre means before, and the root dict, it actually comes from Latin and means to say. So you put them together and what do you get? To say something before it happens. It really is that straightforward. You know, once you get the hang of this, it honestly starts to feel like you've unlocked some kind of new superpower. And I am 100% serious when I say that. This isn't just some clever little trick to show off. Mastering morphology is a real, practical skill that will fundamentally change how you deal with words, whether you're reading them or writing them. So what does this superpower actually get you? Well, you're going to start decoding brand new words instantly. You'll see these connections, these families of words like construct, structure, instruct. All of this just naturally builds your vocabulary, boosts your reading comprehension, and makes your own writing so much sharper. It's an absolute game changer. So, you have the tools, you know what this can do for you, it's time. Your first mission is about to begin. From this moment on, I want you to look at words differently. Don't see a long, confusing word and just skip it. Stop. Look at it as a puzzle. Be a word detective. Break it into its pieces. Find the prefix, find the root, find the suffix, and unlock that meaning for yourself.
This whole journey starts right now, with the very next tricky word you come across. So really, there's only one question left to ask. What word will you decode first?